to be Mom. Thanks for making such an effort today for little old me. I felt really lucky. May I ask who this is? Oh, sorry. You won't have me in your phone. I got your number from Jamie. I hope you don't mind. It's me, Kara. Oh, Kara, right. Sorry. No, I'm just glad you are such a nice person. I mean, you seem really nice. Oh? Well, thanks, I guess. Yeah, loads of my friends have told me horror stories about their mothers-in-law. When I said I was actually about to get married, they all said I need to look out for insane mothers-in-law. Some of the stuff they told me would turn a girl off marriage altogether. But not you. I'm so lucky to be marrying Jamie and his great family. Really? Yeah. So many of them say it's a living hell. One even told me she was seriously considering hiring a hitman. My word! Surely it's not that bad. Nah, it's true. The stuff of Hollywood dramas. 2 of my friends couldn't take the stress and drove their car over a cliff, Thelma and Louise style. Oh, you're making it up. Nope. May lightning strike me dead, I'm telling the truth. And little old me, well, I'm not as strong as I'd like to be, so I was ever so worried and nervous about even texting you. But you seem so super nice and kind. I needn't have worried. Oh. Jamie was so kind. He really put my mind at ease. He said there was absolutely nothing to worry about. He said, Mom may look scary, but she's got a heart of gold and wouldn't hurt a fly. When I heard that, I knew I was worrying about nothing. He said both of his parents were really laid back and cool. And really kind. But you can imagine I still have a bit of anxiety. But I can't wait to become Jamie's wife. But even so, I still have some doubts. Not about Jamie. He's a dream. I mean about me being able to be a good wife and daughter-in-law. I've never really had to do anything wifey, like cook or clean. I'm sure it will all work out fine. And feeling nervous is natural. Anyone meeting their future in-laws for the first time would be worried about it. Yeah, I guess so. I knew you'd understand. I really lucked out meeting Jamie and his family. I know this is going to be awesome. I'm happy you are happy. And Jerry and I are so looking forward to the wedding. He's been writing his speech for months. I'm really sorry about my parents, though. They're always on my back about things. It's really tiring. They are such bores. Nothing is good enough. They are always complaining. I hope to God they would keep their big mouths shut when we all sat down for dinner. It was fine. Everyone is usually on their best behavior during those sort of events. It's kind of like a job interview, isn't it? The way people try to make the best possible impression. You don't know them. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. Let's not worry for now, okay? I asked them to keep their tempers under wraps, but it didn't do any good. There is always something they don't like. The wedding ceremony and reception will be the same. I'd put money on it. My dad especially just cannot hold his tongue. Everything is a problem. You'll see. I hope you can put up with them. But once the wedding is over, you won't have to see them much. I promise. I wonder if I can disown them. I mean, I'm an adult. I don't get anything from them. Except stress and embarrassment. They haven't given me anything. I don't owe them, do I? Legally, you can do whatever you want, I think. I understand what it's like to have overbearing parents. But we can't choose our family, can we? I wish. Did they say something after the dinner? Oh, no, nothing really in particular. Okay, that's good to hear. But they did seem to want to say something. You mean about your husband? To be honest, I was surprised when I saw Jamie's father for the first time. I mean, I hadn't heard anything about him being in a wheelchair. Then my parents started asking awkward questions like, does he come from wealth or did he build his own company? Is the money in the family all from some kind of insurance payout? You know, the kind of things that people start to imagine for lack of an explanation. The sight of your husband in that wheelchair made them stop and think. Is that normal? I guess so. I don't know, really. So, I just asked outright, are you okay? Are you disabled? I mean, that's okay to ask, right? I am marrying his son. And no one ever told me he was crippled. Or handicapped. I don't even know the correct word for it. But I can't help feeling that I'm not being fully accepted into the family. Why didn't anyone tell me? What did Jamie tell me? It certainly wasn't intentional. Yeah, I suppose it's not worth getting upset about. Jamie says that he thought he had told me. It's a bit weird that he could think he'd already told me, but okay, I said, no worries. But then I thought, no, he should have told me and I didn't like him saying he thought he had. So I made him apologize. I'm glad you sorted it out. I'm sorry you weren't told, but it's not a big deal. It's just the reality of our family, and it is what it is. No, it's fine. And if I get to be besties with my mother-in-law, well, I'm sure that will make up for it. I'm sure you and Jamie will have a lot to do before the wedding, so if you need anything, don't hold back. It's been a while since I went to a wedding, but Jerry and I are looking forward to it. Really? Oh, thank you. That really means a lot. You really are so kind. I will. I'll be sure to ask you when I need advice. Okay, well, good luck with everything. Bye for now. Hi there. Have you got a minute? Jamie won't listen to a word I say. You've got to say something to him. We heard from him. You guys are fighting about the wedding. I don't really think I'm in a position to do anything. So he called you then? That's devious of him. I wanted to be the first one to speak to you. Well, you still can be the first. Jamie spoke with his father. I just answered the phone. I heard him say there were a few things he wanted to confirm. Then Jerry took the phone into his study. I didn't hear the whole conversation, just snippets. That rogue! What does he have to check? Oh, I hope it isn't our fault. It is! Of course it is! Jamie's father has really thrown a wrench into the works. I told Jamie I wanted to have a lavish wedding with everything I'd always dreamed of, but he said no, and that we would have to take his father's mobility into consideration. Why does he have to dictate what happens at my wedding? The selfishness of that man is unbelievable. It's my big day. Me! Not some old geezer in a wheelchair. I heard, and I'm sorry you feel that way. Why do we have to make sacrifices for our wedding? So he's in a wheelchair, so what? The groomsmen can carry him up steps, and then we can put him in the corner of the room at the reception with a bottle of whiskey and forget about him. I hear what you are saying, Kara, but let's just calm down for a moment, shall we? You don't have to go out of your way to accommodate Jerry. We'll be fine. You just go ahead and plan whatever you want. I just heard Jerry saying the same thing to Jamie. You don't have to plan for us. Really? You really mean that? Then I can't have the wedding I've always dreamed of? Is that what you're saying? Thank you, Janet. Oh, I can call you Janet, can't I? Thanks for being such a great friend and taking my side. I knew you would. It's not about taking sides, Kara. Jerry and I just want you two kids to have the wedding you want. We wouldn't dream of getting in the way and making special demands. So you're not on my side? What are you then? Jamie's cheerleader? My enemy? Is that what you were saying? It's not about who is whose enemy or who is on whose side. What the hell does that mean? I suggest you sit down with Jamie and have a talk. I understand you have an image of how your wedding should be, so if you explain things calmly to him, I'm sure he'll understand. I've said it before, but you really don't have to worry about Jerry and I. We will go along with whatever you two decide. Okay, thanks. I'll call again soon. Let me know if you need anything. Bye for now. Thank you for making those adjustments for us. You really didn't have to, but I appreciate it nonetheless. How are the wedding preparations going? Everything is going really well. We are planning a little trip. Nothing fancy, just 3 or 4 days away. And the catering is ordered, the venue, the flowers. I think we are ready to go. Great. That's good to hear, and you should congratulate yourself for doing such a good job. A lot of people go half crazy organizing their weddings. You two seem to have done just fine. But just between you and me, this little trip we are planning is going to be before the wedding, just so we can get ourselves ready. One last trip before we become Mr. and Mrs. Gilchrist. That's how I explained it to Jamie anyway. And we've bought a ticket for you too. Only you though, not Jerry. Oh? I don't get it. What better way to get to know each other? Mom? We can't take Jerry, but that's just the way things are, right? I don't understand. Why can't he come? If it's just you, there are so many things we can do together. But if there's a slowpoke rolling around on his wheelchair, then we are so much more limited. And Jamie has to push him. So Jamie gets tired and ends up in a bad mood. And you know how much of a drag he can be when he's tired and in a bad mood, right? It's much better if Jerry stays at home. Don't you think? I can't get excited about going away if I think I always have to worry about where Jerry can and can't go. To be honest, if he's coming, then I don't want to go. But, having said that, he is Jamie's dad, isn't he? Maybe I'm being immature? I should probably just be prepared for these kinds of inconveniences, right? It's like a kind of training for young wives. Grin and bear it? Kara. And it's not like I'm being asked to nurse him. Yuck. I couldn't do that. Imagine having to wash and change old people's bodies and clothes. Ugh, I shudder to think. Hey, Kara. You don't have to do anything you don't want to, okay? If you don't want to go through with the marriage, it's okay to say so. We wouldn't want you to do anything you regret later. We are happy to have you marry Jamie and become a member of the family. But if Jerry's condition is troubling you that much, you can always terminate the engagement. What? I don't know how else to say it. You've seen the reality of the situation. And to be frank, I don't see what the problem is, but obviously you have some reservations. That's fine. It's better to make your feelings known now rather than a few months or years into a marriage. Are you saying you want Jamie and I to break off the engagement? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm giving you the option. That's all. You just seem to have fixated on the fact that Jamie's father is in a wheelchair. I'm not quite sure why it bothers you, but I can assure you it's only his legs that don't work. His mind is as sharp as it was the days he finished his PhD at MIT. Why is it that every other word that comes out of your mouth is wheelchair? I'm not really making myself clear, and I don't want you to get the wrong idea, but if you have some doubts about joining our family, now is the time to talk about them. Nobody is forcing you to get married, Kara. You know that, right? So you are saying I should break it off with Jamie. You aren't saying it outright, but that's the feeling I'm getting. Again, no, that's not what I'm saying. Jerry and I just want what's best for you both. I'm just picking up a lot of, shall we say, negativity from you towards Jamie's father. Your soon-to-be father-in-law. I'm sorry, Janet. I'm putting you in an uncomfortable position, aren't I? My therapist says I need to form an opinion and stick to it. She says all this flopping back and forth creates tension between me and others. If there are things you need to get off your chest, it's best that it all comes out before the wedding. Wouldn't you agree? Yes, of course. You're right. Thank you for your understanding, Janet. But isn't it tough? Aren't you really restricted by being married to a disabled person? You must have had to make a lot of sacrifices. Restricted? No, not at all. Okay, I got it. It's fine. I told you how I felt. Or rather, I asked you what it's like. I got it. I feel better now. I didn't really understand it at first, but you've set me straight. I'll do my best to fit in. And help out. I'm really good at helping. You'll see. Ever since I was in kindergarten, people have told me, Kara, you are really good at helping. Thank you. Right. I'm glad we were able to have this little talk. Yeah. Okay, see you. See you, dear. Janet, I'm really sorry. Why? What are you apologizing for? I've been thinking a lot about it, and I just can't do it. I don't want to be a part of this trip anymore. I'm not going. What? I don't understand. We talked about it. I'm so sorry to do this right before we go, but I just had to tell you. If I didn't say anything, I'd be a nuisance the whole time and ruin it for the rest of you. You'll all have a much better time without me. I'll just drag you down. It won't be much of a trip without you. The whole purpose of it is to get away somewhere relaxing and start to get to know you. I talked the whole thing over with a friend and they said I was basically an aid worker, but a live-in one. Like a nanny or butler in one of those high-class British houses. My friend teased me and laughed at me. She said I'd been hired as a full-time butt wiper. How could she be so horrible? I couldn't take it and hung up the phone on her. But then I couldn't get what she said out of my head. What if I was being hired as a full-time butt wiper? You're not going to be an aid worker and certainly not a butt wiper either. What kind of friends are you listening to? Well, Jamie is the oldest son, so naturally it's up to him to assume the role of head of the family when Jerry passes away, right? So then, as his wife, I'll have to help out looking after you too, right? That's how it works. And so it doesn't matter how much I love Jamie. I can't clean up after old people and fetch them their medicine. I can't do it. It's impossible. I'm going to have to sever all links to your family. What year do you think this is? Jamie being the oldest son is irrelevant. This isn't the Middle Ages anymore. Here you go again, working yourself up into a tizzy. Just take some deep breaths. Let's calm down, okay? Okay. Let's make it really simple. Can I just never have anything to do with Jamie's father? Whenever we visit, he could go away for the weekend or do whatever disabled people do. So, to a facility? Then the three of us will be free to have fun and do whatever we want to do. Unrestricted! It will make family trips so much more fun if we don't have to worry about wheelchair access and leaving him behind if we want to go on a hike. It'll be best for everyone that way. What if we want to go hiking? He can't ski. He'll be lonely sitting all by himself in the lodge. It's best if we just plan things for the three of us. But think about how happy we'll be. To be honest, my parents are very suspicious of having someone like Jamie's dad in the family. They worry that he might ask for something in the future. Ask for what? Money? Money for some miracle cure that only doctors in Mexico can perform because the FDA has banned it here. Then he takes all the money and we never see him again. My word, you have an imagination. Jerry's legs don't work, yes, but every other part of him works just fine. Anyway, for now, can you tell him to stay home for this trip? You don't have to tell him right to his face. Just make up something. What do you say? Let's leave him here, then we can talk about what we are going to do in the future, okay? How does that sound for a plan? It doesn't sound like a plan at all. Yes, it does. Will you think about it? Janet? Hello? Where did you go? Maybe the reception is bad at your house? Text me back when you see this. Hello? Mom? Janet? Are you ignoring me? You wouldn't do that, would you? That would be a terrible start to our trip. I've been thinking. Let's ask Jamie to drive and you and I can sit in the back together and chat. How does that sound? Hello? Well, this is very odd. It feels like you're ignoring me. Or maybe you lost your phone? Jamie says he heard from you, so it can't be that. We're supposed to be leaving today. Are you going without me? You aren't, are you? You wouldn't. Give us a break, girl. That's enough from you. You've made it quite clear that you are in need of immediate psychiatric care. Psychiatric care? Who? Are you talking about me? It sounds like you might be. But you can't be! You and I are besties! Aren't we, Janet? Who else? There is no one else in this chat. Just in case you haven't figured it out yet, we, 3, have already left for our trip. You're on your own, as you wanted. But to be honest, I have no idea what you really wanted. Every text from you seemed to contradict the next. What? You left without me? I'm all on my own? How could you? I thought you and I were getting along fine. We were on the way to becoming best buddies. How could you treat me like this? I trusted you. I never thought you'd do this to me. I imagined us becoming like sisters. I can't believe you'd betray me like this. So how do you explain your behavior up until now? So, you're casting me out? This is too much to bear. I really thought I was a member of the family. Why would you do this to me? I can't take it. And yet you had no qualms about casting out Jerry. How is that any different? What? Did I do something wrong? Is that what you're saying? How can you suddenly be so cruel? Only the other day you were saying how much you liked me and that we were going to be best friends. I think if you look back on our conversation, you'll find that it was you who said all of those things. No way! You said you wanted to sit in the back of the car and talk with me! I'm beginning to understand. You are? Oh, well, that's a relief. I was starting to think you didn't like me and that we'd never be best friends, like you said. You have no idea what's coming out of your mouth, do you? Or at least no memory of what you've said. What does that mean? It's all making sense now that I think about it. You can't be helped by anyone other than a professional. No amount of calm and rational consideration on my part is going to make the slightest bit of difference. Mom? What are you saying? I wonder if you'd do me a favor, Kara. Yes! If it means we can be friends again. Anything for you. You just name it and I'll do it. Do you need me to meet you? Favors are best done in person. Just text me the address of where you are and I'll be there ASAP. No, that's all right. I was wondering, friend, if you could tell me the name of the medicines the doctor has been giving you. I don't know the name, silly. I just get them from Dr. Vargas and take them. Yes, okay, but the names will be written on the bottles. Could you read them to me? Sure. Haldol, Risperdal, Zyprexa, and Clozaril. I see, thank you. That explains a lot. And one more thing. Sure. Mom, I'm so glad we are talking again. We'll be besties again in no time. Would you please tell me, in as much detail as possible, why you object so much to Jerry having anything to do with our family? Is it only because of his wheelchair? Is that why you were so against him joining us? No, that's not what I intended. So why? There are lots of people in the city alone who are in wheelchairs, and yet I've never met anyone who seems to be so totally anti-wheelchair. It's a strange thing to be against. The most recent objection was to Jerry joining us on a trip. Why did it matter so much to you that he not be part of the trip? It's just that if he was with us, it would be inconvenient. And by inconvenient, you mean what exactly? Because he's in a wheelchair. The number of fun things we could have done would be cut in half. He can't run up a hill. I wasn't planning to either. Or scuba dive. Again, I wasn't planning to do that either. Well, what about water parks, the zip lines and roller coasters? We are both in our 60s. None of that appeals, and none of that is on the list for this current trip. Yeah, but even the regular places I wanted to go. What if there was no wheelchair access? Is Jamie going to carry him on his back every time there's no ramp to get the wheelchair up? Nowhere we are going is like that. And we don't even have to call ahead and make sure. We know that it will be fine. You are the only one who has a problem with it. Yeah, but some of the shops won't be easy to get into. Did you call ahead and make sure yourself? Before you voiced your opposition to him coming, you could have at least checked ahead. I don't like your tone. You sound threatening. Like my father does when he's about to get really mad. I know what this really is. It's what my friends all warned me about. It's crazy mother-in-laws exerting power over the poor, beautiful, innocent young wives their sons have married. Oh my God. They were all right. How could I have been so blind? You and Jamie aren't married yet. And this was all your doing. But my husband and I went along with it because Jamie seemed happy and we didn't want to meddle in his relationship. We put up with your increasingly irrational outbursts and complete 180-degree turns of temperament. But even I have a limit, and you've reached it. This is the last time I will tell you. Stop messing around and causing trouble. That's your final warning. Ha! I knew it! I asked you time and time again if you were holding back. And each time you said everything was fine. You're a liar. This is all part of your plot to keep Jamie all to yourself. I know the type of mother you are. I've read about it. I was right to be worried. And I was right on the money worrying about you. No wonder you are taking this out on an innocent victim like me. You're too stressed. It's that guy in the wheelchair. He's forcing you to live a cramped and restricted life. It's not healthy. You must be a tight ball of stress and pent-up emotions. What the hell are you talking about? Do you ever listen to yourself talking? I don't have any pent-up stress towards my husband. The sole cause of my stress and now anger is you. You need to stay home and shut your mouth. Go to a new doctor because nothing your current one is doing has any effect. How do you think Jamie and I feel listening to you bad-mouthing Jerry like this every day? But You are a wife. We're in the same position. Us wives need to stick together after all. Right? In the face of adversity, women need to band together. I feel your pain. I can imagine how hard it is to be you, struggling every day to make ends meet. That useless husband doing nothing but needing so much of your time for care. Jesus Christ, Kara! My husband is a famous psychiatrist and author of more than 15 best-selling books, including the Springton Textbook of Psychiatry, used by most of the psychiatry students in this country. Well, you're lucky he has that to keep himself busy. Otherwise, you'd be run off your feet. I feel so sorry for you, Mom, and I'm only trying to help. So, what you're saying is that all this opposition to my husband is for me? You are sticking up for me. Yes, of course. I thought that was obvious. You have got to be joking. No. Why would I joke about something as serious as the well-being of my future mother-in-law? I'm shocked, stunned, and devastated you could think anything else. Every single thing I've said is for you and Jamie. My heart breaks to think of the two of you trying your hardest and always having to make sacrifices. You must have suffered and struggled. Little Jamie, just wanting to throw a ball with his father but having to settle for drawing pictures in his room instead. I quote, "Can you imagine having a wheelchair-bound father-in-law? What a loser!" What? So you don't remember writing that? No. I would never. Really? That's strange because one of the friends you've been complaining to is actually the receptionist at Jerry's clinic. Far be it for me to question the loyalty of your friends, or even if they truly are your friends or not. But at least one of your so-called friends apparently couldn't take it any longer and decided to tell my husband about it. No way. Yes way. She told Jerry all about you and what you were really like. It would seem she was very concerned that Jerry's son was about to marry the scariest girl in school. What? I'll kill her. I met with her and we had a long conversation. About you, of course. She said everyone in your graduating class was terrified of you and that behind your back they voted you most likely to become a serial killer. She begged me to break off the marriage at all costs. It's all lies! Who is she? Tell me her name! No one slanders me and gets away with it. Who is she? Tell me! Knowing who it was won't do any good. After the conversation with your former classmate, I did some digging. I found some old newspaper articles about a fire that killed a former boyfriend of yours. Your name was mentioned as a grieving girlfriend. Nothing suspicious. Until I found another article about a girl who went missing from your class during your sophomore year. The police statement said she was last seen wearing a dark green sweater. When they searched the houses in the neighborhood, they found her sweater under your house. That was where the investigation hit a brick wall and no more evidence ever surfaced. I remember her. Carly Stanbury. She was one of the most popular girls in school. Kara, let me explain the situation to you. My husband was involved in a car accident. He was plowed into by a drunk driver and lost the use of his legs. He dealt with many long months of depression, but it wasn't about the loss of his ability to walk. It was about the burden he imagined himself being on Jamie and myself. You see? That's what I'm talking about! Even he acknowledges the fact that he's a damn nuisance. Why are we even having this conversation? I know it, you know it, even the man himself is admitting it. He should be sitting at home and the three of us should be out diving and hiking. I knew I was right. God damn! Vindication! Thank you! So I think the best course of action is to divorce him right away. There's no point hanging on to dead weight. Literally. Just get it done and then the three of us will be free to do whatever we want. No human anchor dragging behind and stopping us from having fun. Then Jamie and I can get married, you move in with us, or even better, we kick the cripple out onto the street and the three of us live in that massive place you have. It's the perfect plan! Hello? Don't you think? Mom? You and Jamie. Yes, did you forget? The wedding, silly! There is no way Jamie is going to marry you after this. You will no doubt get it straight from him, but you can consider this a pre-announcement. You are not marrying my son. What? Jamie has already stated emphatically that he will not marry you. Not even if you were the last woman on Earth. You told me that Jamie didn't tell you about his father and that you only found out for the first time at the dinner with your parents. But Jamie swears that he told you from the very start. No, he never told me. I didn't know about it. I have corroborating evidence from a friend of Jamie's who was present at a dinner at which he told you. He told me that Jamie talked about his father often when out with the group and that you were always there. He says there's no way you wouldn't have heard. Well, no. Jamie is a good boy. He's good-natured, has a good job, doesn't drink much. I can see why you wouldn't want to let him go. But the one thing you failed to learn about him, the one thing you needed to know and yet somehow missed, is how much he loves and respects his father. It's a testament to how shallow and frivolous you are that you never noticed that. The truth is, Jamie had had enough of you from the moment you first started complaining about Jerry. It was me that convinced him to give you another chance. You? There, see? You do like me! You wanted me to be your daughter-in-law! I knew it! But your attitude towards the person Jamie looks up to most in the world was what destroyed any chance you had. I was embarrassed to have a disabled person in the family. We would be embarrassed to have such an ignorant simpleton in our family. And my husband commands more respect in his little finger than you will ever know. You vapid, tedious little woman. To allow you into our family would be the beginning of a non-stop ride of lies and embarrassment. Every time I have anything to do with you, I get headaches from rolling my eyes at your every utterance. You are a pathetic little turd of a woman. Jamie is lucky you found out your true nature before it was too late. We all are. I'm utterly astounded you've made it this far in life without help. Oh, what am I saying? Dr. Vargas is doing his best, no doubt, but the treatment isn't working. How do you know the name of my doctor? Wow. You literally just told me. But it wouldn't matter. I told you Jerry was a world-renowned psychiatrist, right? Is that enough information for your tiny little brain to connect the dots? I'm done talking. I have nothing but contempt for you. I'm wasting my time. Mom! Please stop calling me that. Jamie will be calling your parents to inform them of the end of the engagement. The cancellation fee for the wedding is unfortunate, but we will take care of it. The sooner this nasty episode is over, the better. I'm sorry. I take it all back. Tell Jerry. Tell Dad I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I want to marry Jamie so badly. And it would be bad if you did. Give me a second chance. Please. That will not be possible. You know, I'm generally known for my calm demeanor, but you have pushed me to the limit like no one ever has. Right, that's it, I think. I have nothing more to say. You, on the other hand, should inform your parents that the wedding and the marriage is off. Permanently. After that last conversation with the insane Kara, I almost lost my cool and let loose on my family. I was tempted to force her family to pay the wedding cancellation fee. In the end, Jerry calmed me down. I never lose my cool, so it was embarrassing to have to admit she's gotten to me. Kara begged Jamie for another chance for months after the breakup. She'd obviously forgotten that Jamie was the first one to want to end it, and I was the one who said she needed another chance. Jamie was also the first one to block her number. After a while, the texts and phone calls stopped coming every 30 minutes. Then it was only twice or 3 times a day. Now she seems to have finally given up. Rumor has it Kara went home to her parents only to have them refuse her entry. She immediately started looking around for a new potential husband, but in our small city, she already had a reputation for being crazy, and word soon got around about the way in which she broke up with Jamie. We may be a backward hillbilly community, but I think you'd be very hard-pressed to find anyone who would side with her on discrimination against people in wheelchairs. As for a husband, with that personality, good luck. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. Bye! Yo! Georgia, are you awake? You better not be asleep, you lazy, useless woman. I can't believe you. All you do is sit at home all day, but you're still too lazy to do simple tasks. Huh? What are you talking about? Did I forget something? What? You really don't know? I'll give you a hint. It was in the fridge. I'm really sorry. I have no idea. Please just tell me what it is. Ugh. This is why no one can take housewives seriously. What are you trying to say? If you have something to say, please just come out and say it. I really don't get why you keep playing games like this. I'm a normal human, not a psychic or a mind reader. Are you actually this dense? I knew you were stupid, but I thought you could at least read the room. The cucumbers! I told you to pickle them last night. It wasn't even 8 hours ago and you already forgot. Wow. It's embarrassing how useless you are. Huh? I thought you were going to eat them tonight. Did you want me to pack them in your lunch? You never said that to me. Or did you want them now? Obviously I want them tonight. I already bought lunch for tomorrow. Why would I eat pickled cucumbers at 7 a.m.? Then why are you angry? I still have the whole day to pickle them. You don't even finish work until 7 p.m. tonight. What the hell are you talking about? The longer you pickle them, the better they taste. Everyone knows that. Is that what you think I deserve? You don't think I deserve good pickles? All I need to do is cut up a few cucumbers and put them in vinegar. Even 30 minutes will be enough to pickle them. Are you serious? Do you think I don't know how to make pickles? I don't need to pickle them yet. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. You've never complained before when I made them for you. I always make them this way. When I pickled them overnight before, you said they were too vinegary. I can make a batch of both so you could compare it if you need to. But I promise you like the lightly pickled ones more. Why didn't you tell me that when you woke up then? Tell you what? That I wasn't going to pickle the cucumbers until later? I never usually give you a step-by-step of what I'm going to cook and when. I bet if I did, you'd get angry at me for wasting your time and telling you things you don't need to know. You've been so prickly recently. Did something happen? Are you okay? Something? Do you hear yourself? See? Why are you reacting like that? You get angry at me for not being able to read your mind and then act like I'm an idiot. I'm not trying to upset you. I just want to know what's wrong, but you act like I'm insulting you. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm just worried about you right now. We're going to be parents soon. Things are only going to get harder and harder from now on. I'm worried you won't be able to handle the stress. So I want to help in any way I can. If something happened, I want to know so I can fix it. I'm not so pathetic that I need someone like you to worry about me. Do you really think your feelings mean anything? Housewives are about as useful as a dishwasher. What do you mean, someone like me? I'm your wife. Of course I'm worried about you. I can't believe you compare me to an appliance like that. You were the one who asked me to quit my job and become a housewife. I loved my job, but I love your parents too and wanted to look after them. But just because I was okay with being a housewife doesn't mean I'm not a human being. What? Do you think you're worth something because you're my wife? Don't talk down to me like that. Do you know how insulting you're being? A wife should be seen and not heard. I refuse to allow my wife to be so insolent. I could divorce you tomorrow if I wanted to. And then what would you do? Nothing. You'd be on the street with no money and no job and no future. Why are you bringing divorce up? You've been genuinely acting weird recently. You keep insulting me and being horrible to me. And you're always so angry. It's all because of you. It's all your fault. I'd never have to complain if you didn't give me reason to every single day. My fault? What did I do? You always say I'm doing everything wrong, but never tell me how to do it right. Like I said, figure it out yourself. I can't believe I have to spell everything out for you. Please just tell me what I did wrong. I want to know so I can fix it. No, it's fine. It doesn't matter anymore. You'd never understand. Just know that, when the time comes, you need to accept it gracefully. When what time comes? Accept what gracefully? What on earth are you talking about? I don't understand. Why are you always talking in riddles? I have let you be a housewife for a long time now, so I deserve that much at least. I really have no clue what's going on. Can you explain instead of just talking to yourself in my messages? I have to go to work. I'll be home at the same time I usually am. Axel, wait! What do you mean accept it gracefully? I need you to explain. Don't just leave me like that. I'm going to be late tonight. I'll eat dinner on the way home. Bye. Make sure the house is clean. Oh, really? You've been acting really weird recently. But now I understand. I should have known from the start, actually. I can't believe I didn't realize until now. I was too trusting. Too blind. So, that was what was happening. Huh? What are you talking about? I'm just going to eat out tonight. Is that really so weird? Why are you being so possessive? You sound crazy. Ugh! Where did you get that? Delete that right now! Get rid of it! I can't believe you were cheating on me. I trusted you. What did I do to deserve this? No, it's not what it looks like. It's completely out of context. How could you just jump to the conclusion that I'm cheating? You just want to think that I'm cheating, so it looks like that. Is it because you're cheating? I heard spouses who cheat always think they're being cheated on too. Who is it? Who are you cheating on me with? Are you crazy? When would I have time to cheat? I'm almost 8 months pregnant. I look after your parents all day. I cook 3 meals a day for 4 people, and I clean the entire house so it's spotless. Do you really think I could cheat on you without your parents noticing? I can't even walk without taking a break these days. Fine, whatever. But you're still reading too much into the situation. How else would you explain that photo? Go on. I'd actually love to hear you justify that.
That's my coworker. She just wasn't feeling well, so I was helping her walk. I wasn't holding her close or anything. I was just making sure she didn't fall over. You know how hot it is right now. She was feeling lightheaded, so we went to find shade together. That's all.
Oh, she was just ill, huh? That's why you took her to a hotel after this? So she could relax?
What hotel? We didn't go to a hotel.
I can see the name of the hotel in the background. You're hugging in front of a hotel. And a pretty seedy-looking one at that. Are you really trying to tell me that this isn't a photograph of you cheating? Do you really expect me to believe that? Maybe I should ask your parents what they think this picture looks like.
Wait, it's really not what it looks like. Don't show them.
I already know that it's exactly what it looks like. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. I could hear every word you were saying to each other. I even confirmed with the hotel that you stayed there. They didn't mention anything about either of you looking ill. What part of that isn't cheating?
Huh? Isn't that illegal? I'm going to sue the hotel for giving out my information illegally and you for taking pictures of me against my will. I can't believe you followed me home from work like a stalker. That's really weird. Pathetic. Creepy. I can't believe how possessive you are. Don't you think that's scary? Isn't stalking against the law? And taking pictures of strangers? And the fact that you tried to blackmail me by saying you'd tell my parents. You're going to be in huge legal trouble.
I didn't follow you. I just happened to be in the area and saw you walking hand in hand with some random woman. And then you messaged me telling me you're at work? Was I just supposed to go home and pretend something happened when I knew you were lying to me? You're my husband. No wife would ignore their husband kissing another woman in front of them and then lying about it. And if you don't want the staff to give your wife information, don't tell them that your affair partner is your wife. All I had to say was your name and that you were my husband, and their expression told me everything. Maybe use an alias next time. You're lucky cheating isn't a crime, or I'd sue you instead. I really can't believe you're trying to act like I'm the one in the wrong here. I'm literally pregnant with your child. What the hell is wrong with you? Do you really think this is appropriate?
I'm sorry. Please, forgive me.
Is that it? Is that your entire apology? Did you really think that would work? I will be telling your parents about this. They deserve to know. We can talk about what to do next after that.
Wait, stop. Don't do that. You don't have to tell my parents. Why do they need to know about this? It has nothing to do with them.
Axel, we live in the same house as them. I look after them both all day, every day. It has everything to do with them. They've been so kind to me. It's going to break my heart. I love them like my own parents. They were so excited about helping us raise our child. I can't not talk to them. Would you rather I left without saying a word?
Fine. Fine, I understand. I'll be home in 30 minutes. Let's talk together first, just the 2 of us. It's my fault. I know. I'm sorry. I have an excuse, though. It's because you're pregnant. I didn't want to put any more stress on your body. We can't sleep together until after the baby is born, but I'm still a man with needs, you know? So I tried to satisfy those needs elsewhere. That's the only reason. I don't like her at all. We're not romantically involved. I was just using her for her body. It's just a physical connection. That's all. I'm sorry. I'll do anything. Let me apologize. And we should talk to my parents together. They're my parents, after all. I'm sorry.
Fine. Whatever you say. You have 1 hour to convince me to stay. I'm waiting. So hurry up.
Georgia, thank you so much.
But you need to be home within 30 minutes or I'm talking to your parents without you. Hurry up. Don't you dare make me wait. If you're even a second late, I will never, ever forgive you.
Okay, I'll be home right away. Georgia, thank you for giving me another chance. I swear on my life that I'll do anything for that child. I'll be the best father on earth. You can count on me, okay? So thank you for not telling my parents. They wouldn't be able to take it. You know how ill my poor mom is.
You're lucky I didn't report you to your work. You'd definitely be fired immediately for getting involved with the girl you're training. Especially because she just turned 23. She's under half your age. It's just embarrassing. I can't believe you. I almost threw up hearing it.
I'm really sorry. I know it just sounds like an excuse, but she's the one who asked me to sleep with her first. I felt bad turning her down. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. She seduced me. I really didn't have a choice.
I'll forgive you just this once, for the sake of our child. But if you ever cheat on me again, I will leave this house immediately. And don't ever talk about her to me ever again. I don't care if she seduced you. You chose to sleep with her. For 2 months.
I know. I promise I won't. There's nothing I care about more than our future child. I'm going to work now. I'll ask my boss to find someone else to train her. I'll do my best not to have to do any overtime today. I should be home by 6 p.m. Make sure dinner is ready. I want meatloaf.
Okay. See you. Can you hurry up? I really didn't think it would take this long. I'm starting to lose my patience.
I'm sorry, do I know you? Who are you?
You don't know? Can't you tell by my messages? Surely I don't need to introduce myself. You have a brain, right? Use it! Anyway, just hurry up, please. I'm not really sure what's going on. I think you have the wrong number. Sorry. Who are you trying to contact? Ugh, I can't believe this. Are you really that stupid? Are you slow or something? I know you're Georgia, Axel's wife. When he said you were a housewife, I knew you'd be an idiot. But I didn't think it would be this bad. Excuse me? I have no idea who you are. Do you really think it's appropriate to talk to a stranger like that? If you don't explain, I'm going to block your number. I'm Maya. Your husband is my boss. He trains me at work. Oh, and also my lover. I've been dating him for 7 months now. Do you know who I am now? God, any person with a brain would have figured it out. How on earth did it take you so long?
What? I thought he broke up with you a few weeks ago.
And he told me you'd only been dating for 2. Why are you messaging me after all this time? What are you talking about? Why would I message you if that was true? It's not my fault you believed every lie he told you. Maybe you should try using your brain for once. I guess you don't have one. I'm not pathetic like you. I wouldn't be hung up over a man who broke up with me. Wait, you really have no clue what's going on? That's so funny. You're going to make me laugh so hard I cry. This is why I hate housewives. Such useless women. They can't do anything. They really think cleaning all day is hard or actually valuable work. And you need to explain every single little thing to them because they're so stupid. You housewives are such a drain on society's resources. You only married your husband for his money. Why do you care if he sleeps with other people? He still buys you everything you want, doesn't he? What? I didn't marry him for his money. When we got married, I actually earned more than him. What does me being a housewife have to do with anything? Do you know how rude you're being? Or do you just think being this rude is normal? I can't believe how detached from reality you are for someone who claims to be superior to me. Look how angry you are already. Can't you control your emotions? If I actually told you what was going on, you'd burst a blood vessel. Am I really supposed to know what's going on without any information? I need to be psychic for that. You're just like Axel. Neither of you know how to use your words. I don't know if you think you're so much better than everyone else that you can do telepathy now. Then I'll spell it out for you, idiot. We're still together. We have been for more than half a year. I miss him and I'm tired of you keeping him from me, so I messaged you. I want to see him every single day. During work isn't enough. Ever since you went crazy and threatened to tell his parents like a snitch, we can't meet after work anymore. We can only go on dates at lunchtime. Do you know how annoying that is? Am I supposed to feel bad that you can't cheat with my husband more often? Are you serious? Yep. Can you just hurry up and divorce him for me? I want to get married as soon as possible. I'm just 23 years old. I don't want to be a grandma by the time I have my first child. I can't believe you waited until you were 36 to have a child. I didn't even know that was possible. You're geriatric. And Axel is 43. He should have at least a grandchild by now. He told me you kept telling him to be patient about having children. You're so selfish. I'll make sure I have at least 3 kids by the time I'm 30. Hold on a second. Axel told me that he broke up with you. He promised me he wouldn't see you anymore. Well, he lied. There's no way you actually believed him. You're such an idiot. That's hilarious. You're 36 and you're still this naive. How do you make it through the day? I can't believe this. When are you getting divorced then? I've been waiting for 3 whole months now. We agreed that we weren't going to get a divorce. What? Why? You want to stay with the man who was cheating on you? I don't have to talk about this to a stranger. A stranger? Are you talking about me? Obviously. Who else would I be talking about? I can't believe you'd call me a stranger. I'm your husband's future wife. Your husband loves me way more than you. He always will. Just wait a month. We'll see who's the stranger then. You're still a stranger. I've never even met you. Either way, he's my husband right now. And I've never spoken to you before in my life. So that makes you a stranger to me. So I have no reason to talk to you. Please just leave me alone. You're an idiot. This is why you have to be a housewife. You're too stupid to do anything else. I hate you. You're a stupid gold digger who won't let me marry the love of my life. You're so fixated on me being a housewife. If I didn't know any better, I'd think you were jealous. It doesn't make you look smart. It makes you look like a narrow-minded bigot. Oh, shut up. Stop throwing around buzzwords to make yourself sound smart. Axel is going to choose me eventually, and then you'll be single. You'll be all alone with no one to fund your pathetic lifestyle. He's going to abandon you for me, and you're not even going to be able to support yourself without his help. You're going to regret this. You're going to come back on your hands and knees begging me to help you. And I will turn you away. Thanks for letting me know, I guess. Goodbye. You're really trying hard to act like you're not bothered, but I can tell you're angry. You're so pathetic. Whatever. Ignore me all you want. You're a loser.
You! Why did you talk to Maya like that? She's really upset about the way you spoke to her. I think you should apologize to her.
What am I supposed to talk to her like? I don't know her. She's a stranger to me. I don't know why she's so offended by me calling her that. And she was much ruder to me than I could ever be to her. She has such a horrible personality. I didn't know you were still with her either. You're a dirty liar. I can't believe I trusted you. Maybe I am stupid.
Oh, stop complaining. It's not that serious. Anyway, Maya will be staying with us from this weekend onwards.
What? Are you joking? That's not funny. You can't be serious.
I'm entirely serious. You're not going to be strangers for much longer, so hurry up and apologize to her.
First of all, why do you two talk in exactly the same way? Second, I have no idea what's going on. What do you mean she's staying with us? What are you talking about?
Can you not read? Maya is moving into our house this weekend.
I don't understand. What's happening? I'm so confused. Am I dreaming? Are you pranking me? Is this all an elaborate setup?
I wasn't lying, okay? I did break up with her, but she messaged me recently saying she lost her house. I can't just let her live on the streets. Look how cute and young she is. Something terrible would happen to her. Her skin is so soft. She's so sexy. I can't let her live on the streets looking like that. So I decided to look after her myself.
I really don't understand. Am I supposed to be okay with this? Do you think this is a normal scenario? Do you really think this is an okay thing to do? Did you hit your head or something?
It has nothing to do with you. I don't care if you agree with it or not. This isn't your house. You have no say about who stays in it and who doesn't. It's happening and you can't change that.
I can't believe this. There's no way you can think this is an acceptable thing to do. Why would I ever let her move into our house?
I don't care what is and isn't acceptable. What, are you going to leave or something?
Of course I am. Why the hell would I stay? You don't really think I would, do you? I refuse to live in the same house as the woman you cheated on me with.
Huh? But what about the baby? What about my mom? Who's going to look after her if you leave?
What about the baby? If you cared about the baby, you wouldn't keep cheating on me and lying to me. What has your mother got to do with any of this?
You really think you'd be able to survive on your own? You've been a housewife for years now, remember? Who'd hire you? And Maya refuses to look after my mom. She doesn't like old people. I don't want to waste money putting her in a home, so I need you to look after her. You'd regret abandoning her, right? She likes you.
Who does Maya like? She hates housewives and old people? What do you even see in her? You're the worst. You're genuinely evil. I can't believe you'd use your poor mother as a bargaining chip. Do you not love her at all? It's actually sick. You should really look after her yourself, but I know you won't. You're so greedy.
I do love my mother. I just don't have time to look after her. And if I spend money on a carer, then I won't be able to go on as many vacations as we do right now. You have time, though. If you look after her, everyone's happy. Think of it as a favor to my mom. You do that for her, right?
You're crazy. If you spoke to anyone else about this, they'd tell you you were being evil. No sane person would treat their wife and mother like this. No sane person would betray the mother of their children like this. I can't believe you don't see what's wrong with what you're doing here.
What are you talking about? The fact I'm letting you stay with me is proof that I love you. When we had that big fight before, you said I cheated on you because I didn't love you or the child.
The big fight? You mean when I found out you were cheating on me?
Yeah, anyway. I told you that wasn't true. Isn't this proof of that? I love you and our child. That's why I'm letting you stay. If I didn't love you, I'd kick you out and never speak to you again. Maya would take your bed. My connection with Maya is just physical, not romantic. Maya told me that even after you give birth, I'd have to wait 4 weeks to sleep with you. I can't just not have sex for 3 more months. That's not healthy for a man. I told you I have needs, but I love you too much to force them on you. You get it now, right?
I have absolutely no idea what you're trying to say. You don't love me at all. You love yourself. You think you're being a saint by looking after me, but you just want a free maid and free healthcare for your mother. You make me sick. There is something severely wrong with you.
That's fine. You'll understand one day. I know you will. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. See you.
Wait, Axel? You can't just leave the conversation like that. You're not letting that horrible woman stay with us. This isn't over. Just like Axel said, he moved Maya into the house at the end of the week. She turned up on the doorstep with all of her boxes and bags and walked right in without waiting to be invited. Me and his mother begged him to kick her out, but Maya just started crying. Axel called us cruel for trying to put a woman without family or a home on the streets. There was nothing we could do. He only ever referred to Maya as his co-worker, but I knew the truth. I tried to explain to his parents that she was his girlfriend, but they didn't understand. In the end, they agreed to let her stay until she found a new house. I wanted nothing more than to divorce him and leave, but I couldn't stop thinking about what he said. What if he was right and no one would hire me because of my lack of experience? And who would look after the baby even if I did find a job? And would he really just leave his mother to suffer because his girlfriend didn't like old people? I couldn't risk it. I didn't want to see my mother-in-law face that kind of abuse. So I stayed. Living with my husband's girlfriend against my will was beyond stressful. I wouldn't wish this life on my worst enemy.
What's going on? Why is the hospital calling me? It better be important. Me and Maya are on a date right now. You didn't give birth, did you? You're not supposed to be due for at least another 3 weeks.
I had a miscarriage.
What? You're absolutely useless. I can't believe you made the hospital call me just to say that. What a waste of my time. You had one job. Give birth to a child. And you couldn't even do that. You have to be the worst housewife on earth. This is why Maya hates housewives. You had months of rest. All you had to do was clean the house and cook and look after my mom and grow my baby, and that was it. How was that too hard for you? Most women work during their whole pregnancy and still manage to give birth. What's your excuse? You should learn a thing or two from Maya. She's so young, but she works so hard at her job. I bet she'd work during her entire pregnancy and not have a miscarriage. But you can't do anything right at all. You're useless. I can't believe our child died because of you. This is all your fault. Whatever. We can just try again when you get home. We will sleep together every night from now on. And we won't stop until you're pregnant again. You better actually give birth to the next one.
That's your reaction? Aren't you worried about me or my body or my feelings? You're evil. I can't believe you'd say that to me after everything I went through. Even if I wanted to have another child with you, Which I don't. I can't sleep with anyone for at least 2 weeks. Even if I had a loving husband, I wouldn't be in the right mental state for that now. You should be comforting me, but instead you're just getting angry at me and not treating me like a human.
What? Are you going to pretend it's not your fault our child is dead? I'm not waiting 2 weeks to try again. I've waited so long for that baby. I don't want to wait anymore. If it hurts, just grit your teeth and bear it. Childbirth would be more painful. And I don't care about your feelings. What about my feelings? I just lost my child. All you have to do is lie there. Just hurry up and come home. The house is a mess. You need to tidy the kitchen right away. Having a miscarriage is no excuse to leave the chores to pile up. Being a housewife is your only job. Come and do it. Are you ignoring me? How dare you? You need to come home immediately. You already lost the baby. What else would you need to be in hospital for? Stop ignoring me, you idiot. Hurry up and get home.
You miscarried? That sucks. I don't even feel bad for you. You deserve it for being so annoying and possessive.
What's wrong with you?
I was waiting for you to get rid of that horrible thing. You and that child have been getting in my way since I met you. If it weren't for that stupid baby, Axel would have divorced you and married me months ago.
You two really are perfect for each other. You're both psychopaths. I've never met people with such twisted mindsets.
You shouldn't talk down to me like that. If I wanted to, I could have you thrown into the streets to starve. There's no reason for you to stay now anyway. Take his useless hag mother with you and leave me alone. Unlike you, I actually contribute to society. I deserve to have the life I want. You deserve nothing. I'm actually worth something. You can't even do basic chores. You can't even have a baby. That's literally what women were made for. The house is disgusting right now. Come and fix it.
No, I refuse. I won't go back. I'm leaving.
Oh, really? At least take his dusty old parents with you. I hate old people. They're so ugly and they smell horrible. They really ruin the vibes of the house. We'll need their rooms when we have kids anyway. Why don't you all go play happy families somewhere else? Out of my way.
You do know that house belongs to Axel's father, right? Why would he leave it?
Anyway, Axel and I are going on vacation for a few days. You better be gone before we get back.
I hope you realize I had a miscarriage because of the stress you caused me.
Don't blame me. That has nothing to do with me. But I'm not upset about it. Maybe my prayers were answered or something. It must be fate. The universe is telling us that Axel is meant to be with me, not you. I never would have had a miscarriage. I'm much better than you. Unlike you, I'm not so useless that I can't even do the most basic human function.
Go to hell.
You're the one whose life is going to be hell after you leave Axel. Actually, you're already there. Anyway, have fun moving out. Make sure you clean the place before you leave. Bye!
Hey, are you really not going to come and visit me in the hospital? They're saying I may never be able to walk again. Now that Maya's dead, I don't have anyone. You're all I have left. Why won't you visit me? I'm lonely and in pain.
Why should I care?
Hey, you finally replied. I'd be happy if you weren't being so rude. Don't talk to me like that. I was in a horrible accident. Don't you have feelings?
Don't you dare lecture me after how you reacted to my miscarriage.
Just hear me out. Don't you think that miscarriage was a good thing?
What? How could you say that?
Neither of us are in the right place in life to raise a child. I'm paralyzed now, for a start.
I can't believe you. You really are the worst.
No, you're the worst. One of the last things you said to Maya was go to hell. Don't you feel even slightly responsible for what happened?
You crashed because she was using her phone while driving. It really has nothing to do with me at all.
That's true. You're right. I'm sorry. Anyway, can you come and pick me up? I want to go home, but I can't walk or drive anymore. And my parents can't look after me, so I need you to. You need to be my legs from now on. I feel a bit bad leaving all the work and chores to you, but you can handle it, right? Thanks for everything. Hey, Georgia? Georgia, I found all your things in boxes. Are you going somewhere?
Michael.
Jane doesn't want you to leave either.
I'm sorry. I can't take it anymore. I feel really bad about it, but it's too much. I hate Axel so much. I can't be around him or I might do something stupid.
Then stay here and look after my son.
I'm confused.
If you do, then you can get back at him in any way you want. Jane and I can't believe how he's treated you. We'll never forgive him. We lost our grandchild because of him. But worst of all, you lost that beautiful smile you used to give us every single day.
I'm really sorry.
We're sorry too. You can do whatever you want to Axel if you think it will make you feel better. We don't want to lose you. We couldn't wish for a better daughter. We want to see you happy again. Jane can't stand seeing you so sad.
Is it that obvious how depressed I am?
I know you haven't been sleeping or eating very well recently. You've lost so much weight. We're really worried about you. Our son should have been looking after you and supporting you. But instead he runs away with a stupid young girl who only wanted his money. I still can't believe he ever agreed to let her live with us. I didn't raise him to be stupid enough to fall for her lies. She was more than a co-worker to him, wasn't she? He was cheating on you with her, wasn't he?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. If I'd realized earlier, I would have kicked them both out. If only we hadn't been so stupid, you wouldn't be this ill.
No, it's not your fault at all.
Please, Georgia, we don't want to lose you too. Our lives would be empty without our daughter. I don't want to be morbid, but we don't have very long left. Think of it as our final wish.
Are you sure it's okay? I can't promise that I won't kill Axel.
He'd deserve it if you did. Boil him alive if you need to. We'll help you out however you need. Don't hesitate to ask us for anything.
I'm not your real daughter, though.
Yes, you are. We might not be related by blood, but you are definitely our real daughter. Our son is related to us by blood, and look how he turned out. The most important part of family is love.
Thank you. I love you too.
Georgia, where are you? I need a bath.
A bath? But you had one yesterday.
Stop messing around. Hurry up and bathe me. That's your job.
Are you really in any position to be talking to me like that? You can't do anything without me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Didn't you listen to the doctor? He told you should start doing things by yourself. If you just rely on me, then you'll never be able to do anything by yourself. Why do I have to bathe you every single day?
You're my wife. Stop being so cruel.
No, I'm not.
I said stop messing around.
I asked you to make food for this week yesterday. Why haven't you made anything?
What am I supposed to do? My legs don't work anymore.
Can you stop making excuses? The whole house is barrier-free. We have a stair lift and the whole floor is flat. You can move around the house easily. What do you think people in wheelchairs who live alone do? What's your excuse for not folding the laundry? You don't need to move around for that. You don't even try to cook. You get everything wrong on purpose because you think I'll just do it for you if you do. And I've never seen you even touch the vacuum cleaner. You used to make fun of me. Tell me that being a housewife was the easiest job on earth and anyone could do it. But now you have to do it yourself. It's too difficult.
I'm really sorry. That woman brainwashed me. She would always talk about housewives like they were parasites. I started to believe it.
It's pathetic that you were so easily influenced. Can't you think for yourself?
I'm sorry, Georgia.
Stop apologizing. It's getting annoying.
So you forgive me? Really? Thank you. Now come and help me get a bath.
Me? Forgive you? Absolutely not. I'm leaving.
Leaving? For how long? Going where?
Forever. I got a new job, so I'm moving houses.
Huh? What are you talking about? We're married. Why would you move out?
Is your memory getting worse or something? We're divorced. You're the one who made me sign the papers. You blamed me for the accident. You refused to forgive me.
Wait, I didn't think you'd actually submit them.
Of course I did.
I can't believe you did that. Why would you? You're really going to abandon your husband just because he's disabled? How could you leave me to fend for myself? You're a cruel, evil person. You're the devil.
Do you remember what you said to me when I had my miscarriage? You called me useless. Talked about using me as an incubator for another child. No human would talk about their wife like that. You're the real devil here. I can't believe you thought I'd stay with you forever after that. It makes me sick just to think about it. No one on earth would ever want to look after someone like you. You're the devil. You always have been.
Then why did you stay?
Because your parents asked me to, and I love them. They said I could do whatever I wanted with you. You should be thanking me for looking after you for so long. I almost left immediately.
You're lying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't leave me. I'm useless without you. I need you to live.
Well, I don't need you.
Georgia, you do. You won't be able to afford anything without me.
Were you not listening? I told you I got a job. And we're divorced, so I wouldn't even benefit from your insurance or government aid. Plus, your parents gave me a bunch of money for looking after you.
They paid you?
Yes. I'm so grateful for them. I was on the brink of death because of the stress you caused me, but they helped me recover. Without them, I would probably be dead. But now I have a job and a house of my own. Now make sure you don't disappoint your lovely parents more than you already have. Make them proud, because you definitely haven't so far. If you do, I might be able to forgive you. See you, Axel. Thank you for everything.
Wait, don't go. Please. Listen to me. I need you. Please. Georgia!
I started my new job and moved into my new house. Years later, I had finally built a new life for myself. I still regularly meet up with my parents-in-law, even if we aren't legally related anymore. I like to take them for dinner and talk about life. I haven't seen Axel since then. However, I heard that he is doing everything he can to make his parents and me and our unborn child proud. I don't know if he's really changed for the better, but it almost made me smile. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button and subscribe. See you next time!